Okay, we gotta get, wait, but huh? December 27th, 2:11 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick? He's done so many crimes but murder. Yeah, the faking evidence, the, like, doing anything to get a guilty verdict. Absolutely. Edgeworth is not, like, I believe he could do all kinds of crimes, just not murder. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on, tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me! Bow before your hero! Okay. Larry, you really helped out at the trial today. You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is, I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two. Edgeworth and... who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. This is the flashback segment. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. Such a dramatic start to a very dramatic story. And it's just like, it was the very end of 3rd grade. I was down to my last crayon. I was almost out of juice boxes, too. I was on trial. A class trial. Oh, class trial? You remember, Larry? Spring. End of 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Yeah, all these small schools do that. Not like every school in America. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. Oh no, let's see if I can do a young Phoenix Wright. I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you. Thief, give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide from the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not going to play with you anymore. Yeah, no borrowing my eraser. He shouldn't be allowed in the relay race. Or on the library committee. Give me back my 50 cents I loaned you. Hey, did you rob that bank the other day? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection! He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? That was it. The day of the first finger pointing. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody's ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. Interesting. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. She's crying. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The TL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it, though. I wanted to meet him to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided... Huh? Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. Such a meet cute. I mean, okay, we gotta give Phoenix a little credit. He didn't choose to become a criminal. Because that's also a path he could have taken. Just murder somebody and then you'll meet him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Penta, you're right, he is obsessed. He's actually, like, very obsessed, like, concerningly obsessed with his childhood friend. Like, on the one hand, you know, going to law school, becoming a lawyer, all that, like, very noble, very good. But there's gotta be an easier way. There's gotta be. We can just walk into, why can't I think of his name? The posh British man. We can just walk into his office whenever we want. So, like, surely Edgeworth isn't that hard to, find. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick! Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, so what have we lost evidence-wise? We still have the photo. We still have the overhead map of Gourd Lake. We lost the empty photo. We've still got the gun. We've still got the metal detector. We've still got that stuff. Okay, so we lost like 2 or 3 pieces of evidence. I guess it was just all stuff pointing at Edgeworth, though. Oh, we lost Lotta Hart's testimony. Because now everyone is, like, absolutely certain it was this guy. And Edgeworth basically confirmed it on the stand. Okay, let's go. Alright, we're gonna move. Let's go to the detention center and talk to Miles. Since I think we're just on a full reminiscing binge. December 27th. Detention center visitors room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Poppycock. Balderdash. Absurd. Ridiculous. Futile. Fruitless. Silly. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Okay. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor, anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? DeviantArt probably had a field day with these two. Oh, I'm sure the whole internet continues to have a field day with these two. I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes. The man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? What if Gregory Edgeworth had just took the stairs? I feel like this would be an even worse dystopia without people like Phoenix. Because just imagine the ripple effect here, right? Like, well, actually, okay, so there's two interesting ripple effects. Red White probably would have gotten off for the murder of Mia Fey. Maya would get no answers. Like, there would be no more good defense attorneys because seemingly no other ones exist aside from that guy who was in Red White's pocket. So yeah, it would be a really bad universe if he had taken the stairs. I suppose. Well, okay, maybe not. Miles Edgeworth probably would have become a defense attorney then. Unless we find out that Yanni Yogi's like secretly had a huge grudge against him and was just like waiting for the opportunity. That seems possible. But I guess we'll find out. I just think there's such a huge ripple from that. But Phoenix and like, well, I mean, I think even Miles was like impacted by Red White. So I don't think that, I think he would have not been able to avoid getting caught up in that. In particular because of, well, no, I guess there wouldn't have been, no, wait, Mia would never have become a defense attorney if her mother hadn't been murdered as a result of the spirit medium used in the DL6 incident. So if there was no DL6 incident, the only defense attorney and like protagonist character that is still like more or less in the same place as Miles Edgeworth, and we would have an entirely different Ace Attorney series. Wow. Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty. Perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Okay, so... do I maybe present to him the file? No. That seems cruel. Okay. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Also, the metal detector we still have. Oh, because we never gave it back to the cops. Whoopsie. Okay, tell you what then. I'm gonna go to the Criminal Affairs Department and return that. And if I have to come back and talk to Edgeworth, that's not a big deal. December 27th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if he shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Okay, so presumably there's not anything new here. Alright, let's go back to Gourd Lake. December 27th, Gourd Lake Park entrance. Hey, pal. Long time no see. Ah, we found him. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Your tie? You snapped your goddamn tie in half? I'm just trying to picture that one. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. Also, I got this new tie. It's the same as the old one. I snap my tie in half sometimes when I get passionate. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek. No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. As he sprints off. Okay. Well, that means that our job is to get undeniable proof. Alright, public beach. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed, too. Guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Okay. We'll just go to the boat rental shop. December 27th, boat rental shop. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem! Whatever that is. Oh, I know that throat. Clearing of the throat anywhere. Uh-oh. Whoa! Hello! What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, hmm? Ah, the days of my youth. Just like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg? This is not the time for idle reminiscing. He is always going on about the scent of fresh lemon. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. What do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. I mean that I'm not sure. By I'm not so sure about that, I do mean that I am not sure. Not totally sure, just a little unsure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Well, if I'm remembering right, Mr. Grossberg was Mia's mentor, but also the defense attorney. No, he wasn't the defense attorney. That was the defense attorney in the DL6 incident. But, interesting. He's in cahoots with the killer. I mean, there's the possibility that it was like called by Yanni. Well, no, wait. Grossberg knew something about it. What did he know about it? Oh, he was the defense attorney in the trial of, was it for Mia, for Misty Faye's murder? You're accusing someone else of murder, next day at trial is opposite day? I do think it would be interesting if there was, like, admittedly, these games are already kind of a prosecutor game where you, like, have to find the guilty person. But conceptually, that could be interesting as just, like, a proving their guilt thing. December 27th, Caretaker's Shack. Nobody's home. Hello, squawk. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, squawk. I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello. Ooh. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick? You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Oh, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. It reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? Let's see if I can remember. I think it was like 1988 or something like that? 1228. Okay, I was close. I knew there was a repeated number and it started with a 1 and ended with an 8. That's like half the way there, right? Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aww. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. Just calling it now. It's gonna be some evidence that he is Yanni Yogi and other stuff related to DL6. Because the parrot did say, remember DL6? I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. And it's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. Okay. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and Fred Edgeworth. A Yanni Yogi story. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, no. He has flawless memory. He's faking the whole thing. He's faking the whole thing. Because he's had to keep up this charade. Because he was found innocent at the trial and accused of of murder at the trial. Maybe. I don't know, but it looks like these are our instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond, he called out Edgeworth. He was following his instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean, get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. He left the instructions himself? I mean, that is a possibility. He might just have episodes of bad memory and have episodes of clarity. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn the heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. Ah! What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. You knew I would be disappointed in you. Doesn't look like he used this kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? See, that's the thing. They're talking about the lie part. Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You mean pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look pretty puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having 2 different conversations here? I'm surprised we haven't brought up the detail that those were, saltwater fish. That fishing pole looks expensive. Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe. Don't you think the caretaker would mind? Well, we can just leave him the metal detector in exchange. Maybe we'd better not. Oh, I see. We're gonna get, because it's Gumshoe's personal rod. We were gonna, oh, that's funny. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We'll examine this. There's room for the hills. Yeah, looks like it. Didn't seem like a bad person. Okay, I think we need to go talk to Edgeworth about the get revenge part. That seems like it's the most sense here to me. Or he said if we find anything to go to his office. I guess we didn't find anything. So we present this. You guys talking about pea organs? You guys are lies of pea-brained. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge. On me. Who is that old guy, anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man, not at all. So he was following this letter, and then... A good detective never leaves home without a fishing rod. The crumbs of Lady Justice bread is fed to the fish to make a good harvest. That's right. Never forget, you're fishing for clues. Rule number 9 of the detective's creed. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. 2 men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident? Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yes, he's Yanni Yogi. Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Alright, now we get to talk to him about DL6, or Yanni Yogi. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. When there was an earthquake. It shook the whole building real bad. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned and closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, please, help get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. Interesting. So they didn't even prove that he didn't do it. It was just that he was not mentally fit to stand trial. Huh? But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah. There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? Oh my gosh, we're flashing back to something we'd already flashed back to. A crime you committed. A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing, in the dark. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Ah, what are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in the court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Bang. Warg! And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, that's basically not real. The whole notion of a repressed memory is more or less fake, in case you guys weren't aware. Memories are very fallible and very malleable. Every time you call up a memory, there's a chance that you're changing how your brain thinks about it. So the idea that you can just like magically find a memory that you didn't remember. And I'm not saying you can't remember things that you had forgotten about, right? Like you hear a song that comes on the radio and you're like, oh, this was my jam. But that's different than a repressed memory. It's people don't like suddenly remember things that were like very dramatic impacts on them. Traumatic stuff can be repressed. Research has shown that not really. Like it's very dubious, any claims that like repressed memories. Well, okay, I guess I should say you can repress whatever you want. The ability to recall things that you otherwise did not know about is the problem. So the idea that you can push down a traumatic memory, that I think is fair. But the ability to like pull a memory that you didn't know about out of kind of almost thin air that you repressed, there's not a good basis for that. And it's led to situations where people are accused of things that they didn't do. I'm not saying that every like instance of that is fake. I'm not saying every time someone says, "Oh yeah, I forgot about trauma," like it didn't happen. But there's sort of this claim and this idea that you can just like manifest a bad thing that happened to you in like some talk therapy. Like most of the time that stuff is like highly guarded by like a PTSD layer of thing. And that's a bit different than like someone who's just like kind of having a normal day going, oh, right, I witnessed like the assassination of a political figure or something. Like, or something more traumatic that I'm not going to talk about because we don't want to go there. But anyway, Edgeworth believes that, and he needs to update his science. Although in 2001, pretending to be 2015, that may have still been believable. A lot of the stuff that like cast doubt on that is more modern, and I say modern by like when I was in college, which is it's been a minute, so there's probably been more. But like there's therapies that can help overcome PTSD, and maybe that can like help easier access to memories. But yeah, it's not just like you get a mythical memory. Anyway, back to Ace Attorney. Sorry, that was an out there tangent. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth. You mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick! There is someone else who knows about DL6.